In every neighborhood, we picture mothers as protectors, the ones who kiss away the pain, who sacrifice sleep, who stand between their children and the world. For 20 seconds, imagine that image. The loving caretaker, the safe place. Now, imagine the exact opposite. Some of America's darkest crimes were not carried out by strangers, but by mothers against their own children. Susan Smith, South Carolina, 1994. A young woman with two small boys, Michael, just 3 years old, and Alexander, not yet 2. She drove her car to a lake on a cold October night. Her children, strapped tightly into their car seats, could not fight, could not flee. She released the brake, let the car roll, and stood there as it slipped beneath the surface. For 9 days, she cried on television, telling the world her babies had been kidnapped by a stranger. People searched, prayed, believed her tears, but the truth emerged. Susan had ended their lives because the man she wanted to be with did not want children. In one moment, she chose desire over motherhood, leaving a scar on the nation's heart. In Oregon, 1983, another story unfolded. Diane Downs arrived at a hospital with her 3 children covered in blood. She told police a stranger had flagged her down on a dark road, demanded her car, and shot the kids. The story sounded terrifying, but the evidence didn't fit. Her 7-year-old daughter Cheryl had died, and the 2 surviving children would later testify that it was their own mother who had pulled the trigger. Investigators found her motive was just as cold. A man she loved didn't want the burden of children, and Diane decided to remove them from her life. The world saw her smiling, giggling during interviews, even basking in the attention of cameras as if the tragedy were not her own doing. Her chilling demeanor still haunts true crime history. Texas, 2001. Andrea Yates was a mother of 5, smart, once a nurse, but struggling with deep mental illness. Her husband went to work, and she filled the bathtub. One by one, she carried her children inside: Noah, John, Paul, Luke, and baby Mary. She drowned them, believing she was saving them from eternal damnation. By the time police arrived, her home was silent except for her confession. Her case shocked the world not just for its brutality, but for what it revealed about untreated postpartum psychosis. Instead of life in prison, Andrea was found not guilty by reason of insanity and placed in a psychiatric facility, where she remains to this day. Her story forced America to look harder at mental health, motherhood, and the cracks in a system that failed her children. In New York, the Tinning family became a house of tragedy. From 1972 to 1985, Marybeth Tinning lost 9 children, each one gone before adulthood. Doctors blamed sudden infant death, genetics, sheer bad luck. But suspicions grew. When her last child, 4-month-old Tommy Lynn, died, investigators pressed harder. Marybeth confessed to smothering her. Though she was convicted for just that one death, many believe most, if not all, of the 9 were victims. For over a decade, people sent sympathy cards and attended funerals, not knowing they were watching a serial pattern unfold in plain sight. And in Arkansas, 1997, Christina Riggs, a nurse, prepared a plan. She gathered drugs from the hospital where she worked, intending to quietly end the lives of her children, 5-year-old Justin and 2-year-old Shelby. She injected them with potassium chloride, but the chemicals burned painfully, not working as she expected. So she pressed pillows over their small faces until they stopped moving. She tucked them neatly into bed, as if asleep. then tried to take her own life with pills. Christina survived. In court, she admitted everything, showing no excuses. Unlike others, her fate was sealed quickly. She was executed by lethal injection in 2000, just 3 years after the murders. These 5 women came from different states, different backgrounds, and different struggles, yet the horror ties them together. Some acted out of selfish desire, some out of delusion, others from despair. Each crime forces us to ask how love could twist into destruction, how the very hands meant to protect could become instruments of death. The image of a mother is one of comfort and sacrifice. These cases shattered that image, leaving behind not just grief, but an eerie reminder. Sometimes the greatest danger does not come from outside the home, but from within.